camera on me. I might as well stay kind of in an isolated area in some sense, stationary. So let me begin by phrasing a question for you. When was the last time you heard someone overjoyed with thankfulness to the degree that it might have been a life-changing moment? Have you ever heard anyone recently to be really thankful, kind of in a life-changing moment where they realized something very special had happened to them? We probably rarely hear that happening. Now, I heard someone at Macy's yesterday overjoyed saving $20, and it wasn't me. But I think that person was just happy. I don't think it was a life-changing moment for them. And I think it raises the question for us in our own life and faith: do we ever express that kind of thanksgiving or thankfulness that our lives not only are changed, but something uniquely is happening in our lives because of the awareness or the gift of faith? Well, let me phrase it to you this way. Religiously or spiritually speaking, we're treading upon that reality that we call grace, or grace moments, where something has changes within us in a certain way, and maybe the context of our lives, that we are deeply moved and we're able to go into a different direction. And that's what we somehow recognize as grace. And because of that, we are thankful. There's something that we realize has happened to us, and that we somehow change maybe the course of our direction and respond accordingly. Let me put it into a different context for us here. You and I are here today in some respect because we believe and affirm that God is present to us, and that you and I are on the receiving end of all things because of God's goodness. And we are here to hear God's word speak to us. We are here to be fortified and strengthened through God's presence, not only in the sacrament, but through the Spirit present in the community of faith here. To not only affirm, but to recognize God is moving, directing, leading, strengthening all of us in some wonderful way. And we don't always walk out of our churches overjoyed, thankful, and maybe grace-filled. That's not a criticism, it's just maybe an acknowledgement that sometimes we're thinking about bacon and eggs as opposed to, hey, look at what's going on in my life and see how blessed I might be. And maybe that's kind of an aspect. I mean, I don't want to sound cynical, but you think about who we are as churches, what we profess. You know, coming here, and I know we do a lot of wonderful things throughout our week, and we'll do today, but coming to here in this gathering, united in our faith, this might be the most important thing we do this week. That is, to change the horizon and the aspects of our minds and heart, to welcome and receive something that God may be doing, the divine may be doing for us, through us, and with us. That's kind of profound. That touches everything that we do, our lives, our families, our schools, our communities, in so many different ways. It has profound ripple effects in all that we are. Let me also continue by saying, in some ways, our Sunday and our scriptures kind of challenge us this understanding, and they give us this deeper understanding that Jesus is walking along, teaching his disciples, like we are here today, about the importance of faith, and how that deeper aspect of faith allows us to walk a certain way. And if I can just share with you a very quick Bible lesson. Within the Bibles and our scriptures specifically today, we hear a lot of stories about healing. And in our scriptures, healing has various connotations. And probably the two that are most important deal with very overlapping connotations and realities for ourselves. And let me just share them with you. First, there is healing. And the first aspect of healing is oftentimes the healing of a person in their physical malady. And what that means in some ways that there is kind of a restoration, there is a fixing, there is kind of a renewal, if you will, of someone's physical life. It could be their spiritual life, it could be their emotional life, or their social context. Healing of lepers and other people that we hear of many times in our scriptures have a connotation that that person was restored not only to health, but also in a new relationship with a community because they were outcast. And oftentimes, you and I know that illness, physical illness, emotional, psychological, spiritual illness can be alienating. It separates us. Sin, or the realities of sin, alienate us. We are divided. And in some ways, healing, oftentimes reconciliation or peace, becomes something that restores us back to something more. That's one aspect. The other aspect of healing is also to the degree and understanding of being saved. Salvation is being saved. And that word itself means healing, by the way. And in the context, I think that I'd also say that there's an understanding to healing that or salvation that's like deliverance. And what that is oftentimes is a reorientation. It's kind of like a redirection of our lives and efforts that we somehow begin to walk differently. We're kind of changed. We're healed. That kind of reorients us to something more. I know the camera's on me, but salvation is kind of like stepping into something more. I had to do the physical thing. Stepping into something more. And that's a reorientation. Because what it does is change the context of our minds and our reality. That's important. That's grace. That's grace. Because it's allowing ourselves in this understanding of our faith that God is moving to us, that we're choosing to be redirected and walking a different way. The more important thing is, I think, that the healing stories we hear about today are similar to that understanding. Being delivered allows us to recognize that something in our lives has profoundly changed, that if we awaken to a new consciousness about ourselves or God in our world, that it points us in a completely different direction. And we are truly free, grace-filled, that we know something deeply within us has changed. And we call that a gift from God. That's why we call it grace. And I think on the same level, when we recognize those things happening to us, we somehow try to walk differently. And I think we hear about, were there not 10 others that were healed? And we may find that odd that only one comes back. And the truth of the matter is, while we may be touched in a variety of different ways, while you and I may have so many different experiences through our faith lives, or things that change us, oftentimes we go back to patterns of living that we don't recognize the full extent of what it is. And usually grace is kind of that 1-10% that we truly realize that we're redirected and choosing a different path to follow Jesus more intently. And I think that's maybe the point of what I'm trying to say through the scriptures. That grace and the understanding of salvation is one that allows us to deeply follow Jesus more earnestly in our lives. And you and I have plenty of opportunities for those who happen to us as people of faith. And I think that's why faith is so important to us. Do you ever notice that a lot of the TV shows that talk about transformations, like they transform someone's house, someone has a makeover, all these things that we somehow try to do to other people, and we get these visual cues how happy and overjoyed and thankful they are for the new house, new clothes, new hairstyle, new makeup, new shoes, whatever it might be, new car. Do you realize that 90%, if not more, of the people just go back to living the way they were? So what is so profoundly different for us? I think it has to deal with the reality of how we recognize and what faith is. It is a complete engagement of our senses, of our eyes and our ears, our hearts and our will, and the reality of our lives. Faith in the deepening of our faith is that we're engaged constantly in the process of life to see where God is breaking into our world, into your personal life, that you're able to say, aha, yes, I see that. I choose that. And I want that. Our Eucharistic context here in this church is one that we recognize that we are on the receiving end, and God is supplying us with so much more. And in the breaking of the bread and this sharing in this community, God provides. That is why we call this sacrament the Eucharist, or Eucharistia in Greek, which means to give thanks. Faithfulness, I think, in the context where we listen today, is about you and I being able to welcome and respond to what God has done for us.